right, D. Yeah. So it's a good question. About ADA. It was a big coin the last cycle. Wondering is it a good buy for now for this bull market? Um, so if you're expecting more dip, I mean the ETF is the first and foremost thing we should talk about because obviously we've got one day left and we should hear news. If that is rejected, there will be more downside. You're asking that will there be more downside overall? There will be downside if the ETF is rejected. So that we don't know what's going to happen. Have to be a reactive event because it's such a huge event. Um, Now, ADA, even here where it is right now, where you can see how low it is compared to where it was, it is still the number 8th biggest, largest asset in the market. But of course, if everything continues to rise, the rising tide raises, what's that old saying? Rising tide raises all ships. So of course there is room for it to run higher if the entire market is going to start to run. Now we've not really broken out. Well, of course a few coins have broken out. There's been a select few that have went parabolic, but majority of coins are still in this sort of range here. Just this bottoming range that has attempted to break up. Right, this is pretty normal. The volume here as well has not had a real major breakout. There's been an attempt at it, but no real major breakout in volume just yet. It's worth noting that. This though is a bullish setup, right? So this is it's been a year bottoming base. You could call some of this the bottoming base, but really it's been a year and then down in here, another quarter down in there, and then we've broke up. So there is a bullishness to this chart, right? This has been a deviation below, and we've broke back up, and this is support. I could even drop that very slightly, I think. But a breakup like this and a dip here often suggests that the market will later go higher, right? So the question is, are we getting a 3 inside up pattern here, or is this going to eventually flip green? Right? Is this red candle going to eventually flip green and move straight up, and we move into more of a parabolic nature, or are we getting red 3-month candles? If so, that's not an easy one to answer, and the ETF will probably have a lot to do with that. If the ETF gets passed, maybe a lot of money will start flowing into altcoins, and this will flip green and we push higher. If it's rejected, well, we could probably say we are going to get a red 3-month candle here. And that red 3-month candle then later come into April in the second quarter. Then you would look to get long on ADA. But so much is hanging in the balance here of the ETF at this point. But so far, this is a bullish break, right? This is a bullish breakout on ADA, and it is suggesting that we do go higher. Most coins test at least the neckline sort of area in the next run, here, right? But stronger coins usually come right back up to a double top area and then reject, and extra strong coins will go to new all-time highs. So, at least we should think that there should be upside into this level, the 137 level up here, right? That you would have to think that ADA has a real good chance of getting up there eventually. It might not seem like a lot, but it is a 3x from here. That's up into this sort of neckline area. Maybe even 120. Is it a straight line I drew there? It's not really very straight actually, but 120, 140. It's a big level right through there. It's also the volume levels. Okay, there's a big volume level in there as well. The other thing to mention is that these low laying red 200 moving averages, I shouldn't say averages, the purple and the red and the white. Well, the white is now low, getting underpriced. This is exactly what you want to see, right? See the way the white 100 got underpriced here, right? It can start to support the price. This was a beautiful pattern. I remember it well. But yeah, so the white 100 is coming under price. You can see it's just starting. The white 100 is kind of here. You can see that was still half a year of a base. Now, I don't know if we're going to have another half a year of a base here. If we do have half a year of a base here, and the white 100 continues to curl underneath price. Now, I know you probably don't want to hear that, but I'm just talking about the scenario. Well, that's extremely bullish, and we are probably going to move back up here close to double top. So, we as bullish as we can say this is right now, if we form a pattern like this, I would be even more bullish, something similar to here, because you put in a base above a structure with a low laying red 200 moving average building bullish structure. You have to get really bullish on that, and that'll take time to develop. But at this point in time, the chart overall, as we talked about in the 3 months chart a minute ago, that these dips down here do look like buying opportunities and accumulation opportunities, because the chart is saying it should go higher at some point when it's ready. Is that this quarter? Are we going to get a bit of a parabolic move this quarter, or is it going to wait until the halving? Is it going to wait? Is the news of the ETF going to be bad? Are we all been faked out and this news is going to be bad? If so, we'll get further drop. If it's good news, well, I do think there'll be more upside here. I think we can push up higher. So there is that bit of a gamble going into the ETF. Do you want to take the gamble? And it is a gamble because we don't know for 100% sure. It looks like the ETF should be done and passed, right? But we don't fully know that. It seems to be 80-90% chance it's passed from all the forms filled out, from everything else. Is there anything else that people are not thinking about? That the SEC do the SEC think it's still not safe enough? Is it still manipulated too much? We don't really know what's going through the SEC's mind at this point, but it does look like it's going to be passed, and if it is passed, this should push up higher. There is a very nice bullish stop hunt here trying to form, which is kind of what you want to see. But the other important thing I want to say is, if you're willing or wondering, if you're going to hold to up here or even up to here, wherever a spot position, I would still suggest you do not go all in here and be willing to add if we do get a drop, and then you could add again, for example, and then you have a very nice average. If you're able to do that, from a lower average, for example, well, even to there is 200 and something percent. Okay, from here you can see it's only 150%. So there's a good difference, and of course, if we go back up there, there's 500% gains, and there is a 370% gain. So I'm just saying, be open-minded and be willing to add lower just in case, even though this is suggesting that this is a bullish breakup. And these dips here should be buying opportunities. Dips down in here into this green candle, somewhere in here, right? These should be buying opportunities in theory, because this is a bullish break of structure higher, unless the halving is going to be a flop this time, unless there's a lot of bullish signs pointing towards crypto at the moment, and the charts overall do look bullish, especially after these bases. So we do have to think that these dips are fairly good. Now, I don't know if ADA will get back to new all-time highs. It's almost a bit of a meme coin. I probably shouldn't say that, but yeah. Listen, I do like this, right? I do like this, and it looks good for higher prices. There is a decent chance that it gets up here. See this large wick up here, in here? There is a decent chance it gets up there, right? I have to say that at some point, if we get the parabolic runs and nothing disturbs the market too much, well, you have to think that up here should be hit at some point, I would say. This is your first target. This is your second target. And obviously your third target is new all-time highs. If I was buying ADA, I didn't buy it, but I would buy here and be willing to add lower, right? That's the way I would play it if I was doing it.